Alright, and we're back. Sorry about that. I think my computer just decided to freeze. And hopefully we can pick up where we left off. One of the other things I discovered is that for some reason I was on some like Asia server that I had been assigned to, which is probably not helping my frame rate and ping rate. Not that I know a whole lot about that stuff, but whatever. Yeah, I had to like shut down my computer, totally restart it twice, because the first time it got stuck, and it was old. Starting to get old. Okay. We were finishing up the last of the dark shadows for these metals. That scratch in there with some black. And all of the ones along the axe blade. So, anyway, welcome back to all the viewers that got kicked a little. One of the marvelous aspects of streaming with an older laptop. Nicks and scratches on this side. Funny, they all seem to be just on that one side more than anything. Add a few more just so it's not too different. Alright, and what I'm going to do now is get out one of my brighter metallic colors, a cold steel, maybe. Yep. And Alright. Hopefully we can proceed without any further issues. Alright, so this is a much brighter, lighter, shinier metallic color. And we're going to start with the highlights.
It's like fireflies in heaven, brighter than I could imagine. It's like fireflies in heaven.
And we're not going to get too carried away with the highlights. Because we want to keep that really high level of contrast. That our very dark shadows have given us. I kind of want to hit, there's these little bolts down at the bottom. I want to pick out those just a bit. Top of the bracer up here. And then I definitely want to get most of like this part of the axe blade. We're not gonna hit the scratch. And we're going to pick out some of the edge here too. I definitely want to still put some on the bottom of the axe edge to make it look like it's sharp, even though some of it's still in shadow. And a little bit of this down here will be reflected light. Metals do all kinds of wonky stuff. Because they're so reflective. Paint there that I didn't really want, but I'll clean that up in a sec. And again, we're gonna make sure that the blade looks kind of shiny. Alright, I gotta find that shadow color on my palette again. Just a bit here that's sticking out where it shouldn't. Alright, well, let's just start there. I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is start work on some of these boots and bracers and stuff. We'll see where we can get in about an hour. You know, things totally feel like they got derailed as I had to restart my computer there. But I think we're actually doing better now. I seem to be getting fewer dropped frames. That's good. That's been a problem for a while and I couldn't figure it out and then I went and like into my settings as like looking for camera settings and stuff, and I figured out, yeah, they had me on some server in Asia, which isn't gonna help anything. Alright. I'm gonna grab bunch of some browns here for her shoes. Have them sort of match the shorts a little bit. Yeah, Johnny, thanks for coming back. I know it took me a little bit to get things restarted, and like this, you know, I'm okay with tech, but I am like, getting into this Twitch streaming stuff has been this whole other, you know, ball of wax, really. So I just kind of go with whatever I get. No, you know, a lot of people have said that, but it isn't. Like, I kept getting notifications and stuff, and everybody said they could still hear me, so that was okay. But yeah, I haven't had a single one since I figured that out just now. So, fingers crossed, maybe that was the issue. Yeah, my computer that I'm streaming this on is not, like, the best. This is my laptop. And it started out as a very nice laptop, but it's now at least 5 years old. Like, it won't... I like to play computer games, particularly World of Warcraft and some of the other Blizzard games. And, like, my computer just wasn't... It would overheat in, like, 5 minutes and then shut down. So this kind of stuff, it does okay, as long as I'm not, like, super taxing the system. I think the, I don't know, coolant in there finally wore off. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get some leather color in the boots here. But anyway, yeah, that's what I get for being a streamer noob. I just haven't figured this stuff out yet. soles, and then just the toe bits can be metal. Yeah, I think for the replay I'll see if I can find a way to, I don't know, maybe merge the two strings, since they kind of will show up separate. I think there's a way to do that. I would hope there's a way to do that anyway.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you.
Okay, and then I think I'm gonna do this. More brown, and then with the wraps over top, it will be a different color.
Make it last forever. Stop in time. Yeah, I'm surrendering. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you.
Trying not to get any in our hair. It's always the nerve-wracking part. Of like, oh, I've already finished this bit. Yeah, well, I think that was part of the problem. I have had 0 drop frames. Glad I finally figured that out. It's driving me nuts. Alright, so I'm just getting the top edge of her bracer here. Anime Bomb. This is Zhonyja, the orc barbarian from the game Judgement. She is a 54mm scale model, so much bigger than anything like Warhammer or War Machine. They're like the or Guild Ball even. Those are more like the 30mm standard. But the whole game is 54mm scale. And I have been loving painting these models. And Zhonyja in particular here is one of my favorites. Like, she's just so good. Yeah, she's 100% resin. So pros with that has spectacular detail. Cons, some of like the thin bits are a little brittle and you've got to be more careful. But yeah, she's been a blast so far. Oh, they are all just super fantastic models here. I've got another one sitting here. This is Gendris. She's a Minotaur Druid. So she's primed and ready to go. Let's see. I have. There's another like. So this is. I've got this model in 2 parts. It's Piper. He's a. I would put him like as like an arcane trickster rogue. So this is him, and he's blending in using stuff, and then this goes on the back side of the other side of this wall, kind of like this. And this is like his illusion self. He has like this ability in the game that's duplicate self, where you have to attack the duplicate first and it keeps him safe. So they're just fantastic. Like, I love the whole range. Alright, I'm gonna sort of continue. I'm gonna do the texture look that I did on her shorts. Here, so I know it's a little shiny. But it's definitely like a bit of a rough, beaten up texture. I'm gonna go ahead and at least sort of do a little bit of that on the shoes and bracers too. Zhonyja was actually part of the second Kickstarter that they did. She was in the first one, and then they didn't get their But they have since then done another Kickstarter that also successfully funded, and she was part of that wave 2, as was Gendress. Piper was one of the ones that, like, they ended up doing a poll for which model the backers wanted. And he was the one that won. But yeah, she's out now and available. Like, you can buy her on their web store. You can get her on the Discount Games sells for them online. That would be pretty cool. I don't know if they will, because right now they only have a handful of races. I don't know if they're going to introduce a new race just yet, because they've kind of recently introduced goblins and undead. Oh my god, the undead model that's coming out is, I mean, it might be like last thing this year, because he's a big mounted model. Fazil. Holy smokes. This is one of the sweetest looking models I've ever seen. It's like this undead knight on a big undead horse. And all in this 54mm scale. Like, so cool. But I agree, a lizard man would be really neat. I've been pushing for, unsurprisingly, a griffin rider of some sort. So I definitely tease the creators about it in the Discord channel, because they're pretty active there. Yeah, I'm not sure that they're such a small company still. That I know, like, they just can't produce some of the things that I think they would really like to, because of the costs right now. But I would be all for some kind of dinosaur or dragon or... One of the races, like I always play in D&D, is the Dragonkin, so... I would be totally on board with that. One of the campaigns I just finished, I was a Silver Dragonborn cleric. Oh my god, so much fun. I have never played a cleric before that. and I was a cleric of the Grave Domain, so of Kellenvor. It's so much fun. It's like lazy clericing. You're like, I'll bring you back when you're dead. Or like, get down to 0 hit points and then I heal you for double, so. Like, I actually got to do a lot of damage because I was using my heals more efficiently. It worked out so well. Alright, I need to... I had so much fun, Johnny. It would, like, no lie, I would play this character again. So I really mostly prefer to paint. And I do the whole, you know, commission painting gig thing like full time. But I have really liked playing Judgment a whole bunch, so this game. In the past I've played War Machine. I have a whole huge Crix army. But like, it never really clicked. I felt like I was getting stomped every single time. And, you know, I don't necessarily mind that if I feel like I'm learning something, or... But, like, I was getting so solidly stomped, I'm like, I don't even know what I did here. Like... And by the time it comes around where I'm playing again, I'm like, I'm not gonna remember, so... Like, it seems like you either need to play a lot with that game, or... You know, just resign yourself to being smashed over and over and over again. Which... I was not super keen on. Let's see. We have backed a few like miniature like board game type Kickstarters. Some of which should be arriving soon. So I will certainly be trying to play those. But yeah, mostly right now it's kind of Judgment. I'm looking into Frostgrave. I think I would have a lot of fun with that. Yeah, like, my husband got really good at War Machine, but it turned out, like, unless you were one of those, like, really big-time, heavy-duty tournament players, like, it just didn't seem to matter. So, like, he'll never give up his circle, but he's kind of investigating some other stuff right now. But yeah, I think I want to try Frostgrave. It seems like the rules are really easy, and it seems very, like, narrative focused, like, almost like I'm playing, you know, a D&D campaign or something. But, like, I don't have a set warband yet or anything, and it requires a pretty decent amount of terrain. So, I might try to get into that. I'm kind of looking for, you know, some games that are fun to play, but not super competitive, because I just don't remember the rules like that. Yeah, I mean they have some miniatures. They're not very good. They've recently put out some new ones that are a little bit better. But like the other thing is I actually have a lot of minis just laying around. So if I could come up with something that I like to put together with a visual that I like, then you know, I'm set. Actually, there's really like some of the Dark Sword stuff is really cool. I think they have a lot of good options for like the wizards. So like there are lines out there that just, you know, make miniatures for the hell of it, and they're not really associated with the game. Let's see. Kind of been starting to look into some of the GW stuff again. Like we started off with War Machine and never really got into a lot of the Games Workshop like Age of Sigmar or 40k. I'm not really a sci-fi person, so I doubt I would do much 40k. But the Nightfall, sort of whatever the next iteration of their Shadespire thing was, I like that. I like the ghosty miniatures, the night haunts that come with it. So I don't know. I need something a little more. Like I want to have fun when I play a game and not feel like stressed the whole time about the decisions that I'm making. So, yeah, that's kind of my current dilemma. Yeah, I like RPGs a lot. They're fun. It's just hard to get a group. There was one I did recently where like the pledge manager stuff went straight into it went into the wrong folder. Like it went into my promotions Gmail folder rather than like updates or anything. I think it was the one for the Scale 75 artist acrylic paints. And thankfully, like, they sent out another thing, or I saw, like, the pledge manager is live, and I'm like, where is that? Like, why don't I have a notification? And Like, I had a week left before it closed. So yeah, I totally get it. Getting some final highlights on here before I throw some ink on this. Okay. So I'm going to take some brown ink and then glaze over the boots and bracers, and then they'll sort of fall in line and match the shorts. Which I did way earlier. I kind of did a little class/demonstration at one of the cons I was at recently, and Zhonyja was one of the models I had on hand. So she got to get some textured shorts. No, I've never gone to LVO. LVO would, I'm in the Chicago area, so LVO would require a plane ride for me, which is certainly not the end of the world, but I've never traveled with like my miniatures and my paints and stuff. It's also, Vegas is expensive. Like, the plane ride is probably one of the cheapest parts. I mostly tend to stick around the Midwest. Which doesn't mean I'll never go. But it's unfortunately outside of the realm of possibility currently. Yes, Chicago area is where Adepticon is. So fortunately for us, we live about 20 minutes away from that hotel. And we don't ever have to get a room. We just go to the con all day and come home and sleep in our own bed. Some of the other ones we go to are War Machine Weekend, which has now been rebranded to Warfare Weekend, since they're going to include some other games. That's in St. Louis. That's a really, really good con with a lot of awesome people. And now they're doing, like, I know for sure that Judgement is going to be there. I know that Guild Ball's coming back. I think there are some other games in the works. And that's I really like that one. And then recently we went to Muson Con. It's the Muson Minis one that sort of started out as a War Machine Weekend qualifier and has since become enough of its own thing that it's doing alright. It's really small. And that one's in Des Moines. And I've been to Gen Con a few times. Honestly, the amount of people there gives me anxiety. And it's really hard to get a hotel, so we haven't been in a few years. I would like to go back, but, like, I don't know, the crowds, man. But Adepticon is truly one of the best, in my opinion. I know, like, Crystal Brush isn't going to be there anymore, which for me as a painter is a little bit sad, but it had some problems. Make some space for something new. I think there is a lot of potential there. Anyway, I'm just letting this ink dry for a second. It needs another coat. But yeah, I love Adepticon. There we go. These are starting to match the shorts now. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that. Next steps are the fur, I would say. I'll probably make that some sort of mid-gray / white. Just as a little bit of a different color, but nothing like too much that's gonna like steal the focus or anything. Let's do Bastion Gray. And then I'll probably go another 10 minutes. I usually wrap up at 4. So if anybody's got any other questions about anything, go ahead and throw them into chat, and I will do my best to answer in the time that we have left. But I actually got a lot done today. Without looking anything up is new. belt, and there's a little bit up here. Alright, as I guess this last little bit of fur on here, I'm gonna say go ahead and say thanks for everyone for tuning in and hanging out with me despite our technical difficulties in the middle there. Hopefully I have things figured out a little better for the future, but you know, computers freeze. And you can catch me Thursday. I think I'm going to try to move back to an evening time slot. Let's see how that goes. Originally I was competing with some other stream that was drawing a lot of like the people who come see me paint away, so I moved, but they've said they're not gonna do Thursday nights anymore necessarily all the time, so I might move back. And we'll see what we get. I haven't really figured out the best time for Thursdays yet. But this week I think I'll do 7 to 10 p.m. US Central Time. And since Zhonya's almost done, who knows who we'll have up next. Maybe a quick Hero Forge figure or something. Though I have a lot of Guild Ball to do still. Alright, there we go. You can follow me on social media. I always post when I'm about to stream. You can follow me here on Twitch. That would be great. Thanks, Beefy. So go ahead and make sure you've got those notifications turned on if you want to see more of my painting. And hey, Alex. I know you follow me already, but just in case anybody rewatches this ever. Yeah. So that's... I'm Griffin's Roost pretty much everywhere anymore. I've consolidated all of that. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with where she's going. I'll probably add a little bit more purple, like on the tops of her boots, just to tie that in together. And then all that's left are these little like wraps and stuff. The little fiddly bits is what I like to call them. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I will catch you next time.